Okay, thank you, Miss Balisakan. So, good morning to each and everyone. Before we start, I would like to introduce myself. I am Gian Batalyon. So today, we will discuss the basic decision areas. So, we have three basic decision areas such as operating decision, investment decision, and financing decision. So, let's start first with the operating decision. So, according to the text, this deals with the day-to-day operations or activities of the firm. It includes decisions related to pricing, production, processes, and outsourcing. So, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng operating decision? So, ayun nga, according to the text, it deals with the day-to-day activity of the company. So, dito rin nakapaloob yung pricing, production processes, and yung selected market. So, bakit ba nakapaloob dito sa operating decision yung tatlong yun? So, let's start with the pricing. So, syempre, the company is need to identify kung yung product ba nila or yung product ng company nila is magbibigay ng profit sa company. And aside from profit, dapat ma-make sure nila na yung company is um, competitive sa ibang business. So dapat sa operating decision, dun pa lang sa pricing pa lang is makuha na nila kung magpo-profit ba yung business nila, and aside na magpo-profit, at the same time is competitive ba sa ibang business. So for example po, in our feasibility study sa company po na ginagawa namin is in-identify po namin kung competitive ba yung product namin. So we do research po. So nakita namin na based on our study na mas mura yung product namin, and kahit na mura is quality pa rin naman yung nabibigay na amoy kasi ang product namin is the scented candle. Then sa pricing naman po, medyo mas mababa siya, affordable, but we ensure na may profit yung company namin. So dito pa lang sa operating decision, pumasok na yung pricing. So the next one is the production processes. So dito naman din, mini-make sure ng isang company na yung production process is smooth. Dapat accurate, mabilis, at pulido yung gawa. And the next one naman is selected market. So bakit din ba nakasama yung selected market? So as a business, kailangan natin i-identify yung target market natin. Sino ba yung mga bibili? So syempre sa company namin, sino ba yung mga bibili sa amin? Syempre for sure ang mga household or yung mga bahay-bahay. And aside from that, ano-ano ba yung mga pwede namin gawin kapag ka ubos na or yung target market namin is na-reach na namin. So pwede rin kaming pumasok sa mga retail. So for example, yung product namin is ibibigay namin or papabenta namin, paparesale namin sa mga sari-sari store or sa mga malalaking store katulad ng DIY, Mr. DIY, and so on. So the next one is the investment decision. So according to the text, this decision is about deciding what assets to acquire, including both current assets like marketable securities and non-current assets like property, plant, and equipment for the long term. So dito naman sa investment decision is magde-decide tayo ano ba yung investment na kailangan natin. So we have three investment: the working capital, the um, property, plant, and equipment, and the major spending program. So for me, as a business, mas maganda na ang investment natin is yung property, plant, and equipment. So bakit ba mas the best investment yung property, plant, and equipment? Kasi for example na malugi yung isang business, kahit na malugi siya, pwede natin magamit yung equipment sa iba pang business. So for example, hindi nag-work yung business na yon, pwede tayo magawa or mag 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 improvise ng another product na ilalabas ng company natin. And aside from that, yung property po, yung mismong lupa na pinagtatayuan ng ating business. So kung hindi man naging success yung business natin, as long as may property tayo, maaaring babalik pa rin sa atin yung capital ng mas malaki dahil for the habang tumatagal yung panahon, mas nagmamahal yung presyo ng lupa. Okay? So, the next and the last one is the financing decision. So, this involves funding investment and operations over the long run by determining the capital structure, the mix of debt and equity, and the company's dividend policies and cost of capital. So, dito naman po sa financing decision, papasok yung tatlong pwedeng utangan natin. So, once na nagtayo ka ng business, dapat alam na natin kung paano natin susuportahan yung business na ginagawa natin. So, we have three option: mangutang sa bangko, mag-loan sa bank na for sure medyo malaki ang interest and may mga consequence din kapag nangutang tayo sa bangko. And then the next two is issuing bonds and issuing stocks. So ano ba pinagkaiba ng issuing bonds and issuing stocks? Siyempre, kapag ka bonds, sa lender tayo mangungutang, and yung lender na yon is need nating bayaran with a fixed interest rate and monthly. And kailangan mabalik natin lahat ng inutang natin with the maturity date or sa napag-usapang panahon or oras. While yung issuing stocks naman, medyo high risk siya sa isang business, lalo kapag nag-success. Pero ang maganda doon is hindi na tayo need magbayad ng monthly interest. So kapag nag-issue tayo ng stocks, ang pinagkaiba lang sa bonds, wala silang voting rights sa ating company. Pero kapag ka nag-issue tayo ng stocks sa isang tao, kapag ka may 10% siyang share, ibig sabihin may voting rights siya. May 10% siyang karapatan sa kumpanya natin. Kaya whatever happens sa isang kumpanya, kung malugi man o hindi, kung maging successful man o hindi, may ibabalik kang pera sa issuing pagka nag-issue ka ng bond sa lender. While sa stocks naman is hindi mo kailangan ibalik yung ininvest niya. Pero kapag ka lumago yung business or nag-click yung business ng isang company, kailangan may porsyento siya doon dahil may stocks siya. So that's all with my report. So now I would like to call the next reporter. Thank you.